जीवनों का उमंग उत्साह श्रेष्ठ और यही उमंग उत्साह पंख पर उड़ती कला के और ले जा उड़ती कला के पंख ज्ञान योग तो नहीं लेकिन प्रत्यक्ष स्वरूप में सारे दिनचर्या में हर समय हर कर्म में हर दिन नया उमंग नया उत्साह सदैव उत्पन्न होता है। जहाँ उमंग उत्साह है वही उड़ती कला का आधार। ऐसा भी कार्य हो चाहे सफाई करने का हो बर्तन मांजने का साधारण कर्म हो लेकिन उसमें भी उमंग उत्साह नेचुरल और निरंतर होगा। ऐसे नहीं क्या कि पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं व करा रहे हैं वह याद में बैठी है वह किसको बिठा रही है वह अध्यात्मक सेवा में बिजी है। उस समय सिर्फ उमंग उत्साह और साधारण कर्म हो तो स्थिति भी साधारण हो जाए उमंग उत्साह भी साधारण हो जाए। ये उड़ती कला की निशानी उड़ती कला वाली श्रेष्ठ आत्मा के उमंग उत्साह के पंख सदैव उड़ते रहे। दादा सभी बच्चों के उमंग उत्साह को देख समझाना सभी ने समझा
Om Shanti. Awake the signals. Imbibe the virtues of sweetness and humility. To the extent that you have intoxication in your intellect, accordingly also have humility in your actions and sweetness in your words. By having such intoxication, there will never be any damage, Those who achieve success will make themselves humble hearted, humble, will be full of sweetness, and will pick up virtues from every situation. Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today's day 11. Manmanabhav. Purity of the mind. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Are you in enthusiasm? Flying stage all the time? Who has enthusiasm since morning until night? Show me hands. Enthusiasm all the time. That's very good because enthusiasm also is the sign of strong wings, no? Flying degrees. Baba says, keep flying. Because especially these days, if we are listening to the news and looking at the situations, one's enthusiasm can reduce. But actually, enthusiasm is focus of the mind. Anything Baba said you have to do, whether you have to wash dishes, whether you have to clean, whether you have to cook, there should be enthusiasm. Not only when I want to give knowledge, I have enthusiasm, but when I have to do some simple karma yoga, there is lack of enthusiasm. I find that it's good to have a balance, right? If you are able to do everything with enthusiasm. So I was thinking that enthusiasm also could have connection with cleanliness of mind. Right? Because when it's like anything which is unadulterated, for me, clean means unadulterated. So it has a lot of power, right? So when my thoughts are unadulterated, well, it will have power, and that power creates enthusiasm. We don't allow weak thoughts to emerge. So the courage, if we have courage, we can have enthusiasm also, right? Sometimes we say, no, I'm not sure, it's not possible, it's not practical, you know. So some of these thoughts come, and that is also adulteration because coming from some past experiences. Maybe in the past you couldn't achieve something or things didn't work out the way you wanted. So it's like start some kind of lack of self-trust. But I find that this Manmanabhav, every time, just think of Baba, think of Bab Dada. Shiv Baba gives power, but Brahma Baba also did it. So this kind of concentration, connecting with Baba, that is Manmanabhav, will keep us very charged. You are charged. And when battery is charged, then everything works, right? If battery is not charged, then speed is slow. So whenever you find that thoughts are becoming weak and doesn't have any enthusiasm, like now I'm hearing that We had been on Zoom and not going to center, not attending classes. So some don't have that enthusiasm to go back. But it should be other way around, because the atmosphere of Baba's home helps us very much. When you go to Baba's home, the clarity you get, the love you feel, and it's like mind and intellect, everything is coming on track. So enthusiasm, just see what is the source of enthusiasm. No? Baba had said, find the points from the Murli every day. Why I don't have that much enthusiasm? Many tell me that before I was so enthusiastic, but these days I am not very enthusiastic. Is it because lack of courage, or we become lazy also a little bit, right? Carelessness, laziness. So then it affects the mind, and then enthusiasm reduces. I had been thinking about it since Baba's Murli. But I found that, like Dadi Janki, she was always so enthusiastic. Dadi Prakashmani, with their age, but all the time, get it done, we can do it, we can make it. Anytime we will look at them, yes, it will be done. You go and get it done. Their good wishes are with us. So courage, self-trust, but also as much we are enthusiastic, it's like energy is moving, Baba calling it flying stage. But if we go, what do you call it, flat energy, which happens, it doesn't happen. But then it becomes also habit, right? So I like when Baba said enthusiasm since morning until night. And I was seeing the connection of unadulterated mind, clean mind, and enthusiasm. Even there, it might be different in the sense of sometimes it's very deep internal. Today I was reflecting on the difference between the role and the part. I know many had asked me before, what is the difference between the role you have to play and the part you have to play? So I had very beautiful and good experience of part is what I have to do, what I have to give. Let's say you are given a part of some hero, right? And you like that role very much, but you don't know how to play it, right? And then you have to prepare yourself to play, and that becomes your part. It's little subtle difference, right? Okay, my part is hero actor, but how to play that part? Role had been given, but part has to be according to the specialties, the qualities. So it was beautiful experience. I was thinking, like I like to be very subtle. I like to be with Baba. I like to do a lot of quiet service through the mind. Just be very loving, giving. So that's the part. I'm preparing, keep myself full, charged, to play the part, and it will fit in that role, right? You will be hero in that part, right? Even whatever assignment is there, but your role is based on your part. Let's say you are a grandmother, huh? There might be many of you. So what is expected of you? So if you have love, if you are caring, if you can make them like feel belonging, now you do that, that's your part. Your role is grandmother, but what you are able to do and give is your part. So this way you stay connected with your internal self, no? And then you feel not only natural, but also very satisfied. Otherwise, it's like externally you playing something, but internally you're not very satisfied. Like for a mother, have motherly sanskars. There are some mothers, they are working, so they are in that kind of consciousness. So when they come home, they can't be motherly because work is in their head. So that subtle conflict which keep happening many times, where you don't feel natural to be what you're doing. And if you don't feel natural in what you're doing, you won't be happy, you won't be satisfied, right? So knowing yourself, acquiring those qualities and powers which you need, and just be with Baba so that you feel happy and satisfied. So the power in the thoughts, unadulterated thoughts. Really, we mix so much into our mind, right? Many subtle things we keep mixing, so there is no power. It's not unadulterated. So I was thinking, unadulterated, quiet, peaceful mind. Just imagine how you will be feeling internally, very, very light and very much connected with Baba. So I really like this reflection, practice, experiencing what is unadulterated mind. Because the weaknesses just emerge, fears could emerge, past experiences could emerge. Oh, it happened like that, but why it's going to happen again? It won't, right? So adulteration of any kind will make mind weak, right? It won't have power. So that is why I like the practice of my eternal stage many times and kind of wind up all the thoughts, not get scattered. Sometimes thoughts are very scattered, but we have to bring them together and have concentration. Our practice will be from unadulterated to purity of mind. Just imagine when there is purity, no traces, not in the form of vices, but weaknesses, very subtly. So when we have to become perfect, what is missing actually? is perfect purity, right? First is perfection in purity. And purity means no influence of any kind, no desire of any kind. I know myself, but Baba knows me too. So Baba takes care, Baba fulfills, Baba takes care. And that was also surrender of mind one time, right? So all of us will reflect, look into what exactly it means purity of mind. One of, they say, specialty which everyone should have is of listening. I mean, listening could have many meanings. Some people say this one listens to this one, doesn't listen to me. So there could be also that way. But also honestly listening to whatever any soul has to express. Sometimes you see, you go to doctor or you go to someone and you are saying something and you know that person is not listening properly. It doesn't feel good, right? But very sincerely, if I am listening, but then also not get influenced, right? Just imagine very, very subtly that purity will help us. When there is purity, I will know I'm not being influenced. I'm listening, but I give to Baba. It's Baba who is listening because Baba has to help that soul. Because purity is power, right? Purity is peace. Purity is love. Purity is happiness. Purity brings everything, prosperity. So we'll have to look at the level of purity. We all are pure, but as much we keep increasing, that means it's completely pure. From the past, from the influences, just be free from everything. Just think how much blissful, how much joyful each one of us will be when that stage is there of purity. So experience that lightness, experience that uh, very natural peace, contentment. And then from there, every thought you will have, it will give something to souls. You become bestower in purity. Deep, deep inner contentment when there is purity. And most important is cheerfulness. Always cheerful, always smiling. And I like it very much that always looking at the specialities of others, always look at the qualities, because everyone has something special. And that also subtle qualities like surrender of the soul, humility of the soul, self-respect of the soul. It's not just external specialities, but spiritual. There are a lot of spiritual specialities in each one. This whole feeling of sharing with others. So a lot of creativity for Baba's service, for Baba's family, how to give, how to share. All that comes from purity. So we all look forward to have this experience of just being in that perfect purity of mind. So there is pull from Baba. Baba talks of that when there is no rust, then you are pulled by the magnet. So Baba is magnet, so we will feel that pull. Baba is calling me, let me be with Baba. So Manmanabhav means that mind is pulled towards Baba. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Journey, Adi Ratan, the first one to become a living diamond.
Adiratan.
Bholi Dadi Ji was a special jewel who received the blessing of constantly being tireless from Baba. Baba himself would remember Dadi Ji in Murli as the Bholi Bhandari. Just like the Dichi Rishi, Dadi Ji had constantly served the yajna from Karachi to Madhuban. She always used to remain in the intoxication of being God's child. She would say, "Wah, my fortune, wah! I live with God. I hear His sweet versions through these ears. Through these eyes, I see and follow His every step. Wah, my fortune, wah!" In the beginning, Bholi Dadi Ji used to serve many young children. Then Dadi Ji spent a few years with Mama, and then one day, Baba gave her the responsibility of Baba's Bhandara. Since that day, Dadi Ji fulfilled this responsibility with her pure heart. Dadi Ji would be the first one to open the Bhandara in Amritvela, and she would be the last one to return from Bhandara at night. Dadi Ji would remember everyone's dietary restrictions, their favorite food, and she would cook in such a way that everyone would be content. Once, there was a special class being held in Madhuban by Dadi Prakashmani ji. Bholi Dadi and other children were in the kitchen finishing their work. Suddenly, a group of visitors came. Many children told Dadi, Bholi Dadi, the class will start soon. If we cook for all of them, then we won't be able to make it for the class. Bholi Dadi lovingly sat with all of them and said, Look, children, we should never say no to any Baba's service. Na means Nastik, the one who does not have faith in God. We should never say no. Always play the part of Hanji, and Baba will take care of the rest. While giving such teachings, Dadiji's eyes would be filled with tears of Baba's love. Anyone who listens to Dadiji would immediately accept her teachings with love. After a few days, while Bholi Dadi was in the dining room, she heard that dal was finished and many children still had to eat. Bholi Dadi went to the kitchen and started to cook kadhi for everyone. While Dadi was cooking, all senior Dadis came to visit Baba's Bhandara. Dadi Prakashmani ji, Dadi Gulzar ji, Dadi Janki ji, Dadi Ishu ji, Lachu Dadi, and other sisters. Dadi Prakashmani asked Bholi Dadi, Bholi, what are you cooking? Bholi Dadi said, Dadiji, there was no dal left, so I am making kadhi for everyone. Hearing this, all Dadis came together and started to cook. Prakashmani Dadi was stirring the kadhi, while one Dadi was adding salt, while the other was holding the container. It was indeed one of the most beautiful scenes of the drama. Everyone came running to observe this loving meeting of holy swans and drink kadhi. All Dadis cooked together and ate with Bholi Dadi. Such was Baba would come to visit the Bhandara twice a day. Every time he would come, he would put his hand on Bholi Dadi's head and give her blessings. Va, child, may you remain immortal. You are the imperishable light of this yajna. Even on the day of 18th January, Baba came to visit Bholi Dadi in the kitchen. My Bholi child, meet Baba today with your full heart. Baba is always present for you. Va, my Bholi child, va. Dadi would always say, my dear Baba's children, always remember two things. First, never take any service from anyone. Do it yourself and give your every bone to the yajna. Second, never cause sorrow to anyone. Make sure everyone remains content with you. The one with a clean and innocent heart, pure as lotus. Such was our Bholi Dadi.
आधी रतन अब तक भी निमित है।
So, want to just request that 3 times we had been doing this 10 minutes. So, anytime if you are at home and if you can join, would be very nice to be together doing 10 minutes in between. Thank you very much. And now today we have 2 angels who will be with us and sharing their Manmanabhav experience with us. So I would like to invite your angels, Sister Sahitya and Sister Krishna. So welcome, both angels.
Om Shanti Mohini Didi, Om Shanti Bhumi Didi, Om Shanti Angelic Family. I hope you all are having wonderful experiences and accumulating lots and lots of power from Baba by staying in Manmanabhav stage. Today, we have Sister Sahitya to be with us and to share her experiences. Om Shanti, Sister Sahitya. Welcome.
Om Shanti Krishna Brain. Om Shanti Mohini Didi. Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar family. The homework that I was given was cleanliness of the mind. So as soon as I got the homework, I knew that it spoke about purity and no wasteful thoughts and having your pure thoughts throughout the day. So what I did was yesterday night, after writing my chart, I spent 30 minutes spending time in yoga with Baba before going to sleep. We always focus on Amrit Vela, but I think the time before we go to bed and giving all our worries and weaknesses to Baba is as important as Amrit Vela, because it prepares your mind for the morning time with Baba. I gave Baba all the weaknesses for the day, subtle vices that Mohini Didi was talking about. Everything is so subtle that goes throughout the day, that we give everything to Baba, whether it be we unintentionally hurt someone, said something, or we subtly had any kind of irritations in us, all kinds of subtle vices and weaknesses we give to Baba before we go to bed. This is so important because it cleans our subconscious mind and it makes us ready for Amrit Vela so we can have powerful experience. So the next day, I woke up for Amrit Vela and I told Baba, today I visualized what my day is going to be for cleanliness of the mind. I want to have pure thoughts throughout the day. I don't want the power to be leaked in any wasteful thoughts, and stay in remembrance and surrendering my mind to you, Baba. And after Amrit Vela, I spent an hour in silence and I started my day. After that, I read my Murali and then I started my Lokik job. A lot of us work other jobs, Lokik jobs, and my job is 9 to 5. So during my job, there's a lot of meetings throughout the day. And during meetings, things don't go as we planned all the time, isn't it? a lot of times during the day, we have different things that never goes as per our plan. But what happens? How do we react and how we keep our mind stable and remembrance of God? So I had a situation today that in one of the meetings, I had a task that was given to me that I was not able to complete. There was an obstacle by the co-workers and situations. And at that time, I surrendered my mind to Baba and said, Baba, you take over. I am not going to give in to any of these waste thoughts. And Baba gave me a thought. This is drama. The co-workers are the actors playing their role perfectly. Baba always tells in Murali, when there is an obstacle in a task that you're trying to do, we have to smile and say, Wa Baba Wa, and enjoy the drama. So that struck in my head and I just smiled. I did not let any of the wasteful thoughts get into my mind and cause bondages in that situation. And I sent positive vibrations to all my coworkers. And also I diverted my mind to other things as I started continuing my work. So this was one of the powerful experiences I had, is bringing the right, when our mind is clear and you start your day right, Baba helps you throughout the day. He gives you the right thought, the right morally points that comes into your mind. So your thoughts are not going in the wrong direction or having any impure thoughts. So that's one of the experiences that I had today that I would like to share, is because it's very common situations, because all of us work, or even within the Brahmin family, you want to complete a task. We get slight irritation. It's all subtle. Your irritation is about to come, but you have to switch your thought right away. If not, you get into expansion and your wastage of thought happens. So I felt this experience that the drama, the actors, you're in a stage, Baba is the director. Every one of us are playing our roles so perfectly, and drama is perfect. Stopped me and put a full stop to me to stop going further and have any waste of thoughts.
That's such powerful experience that you had, sister. Would you like to share any special yukti that you use in you would like to share with the angelic family?
Sure. So this week I've been following from Manmanabhav series 2 yuktis that really touched me. One was the yukti that already Mohini Didi shared from Dadi Janki, that taking Murali points is so important, because Murali is the love letter from our Baba. So if you can write down 10 points, but Dadi Janki always tells, if you write those points and churn throughout the day and use it for service, you won't get any wastage of thoughts. So if you read the Murali and type down notes, because Baba talks to each one differently and Baba touches in Murali different points for each one. So even if it's not 10 points, you can write 5 points or 8 points and keep churning. Baba will use that thought right when you need it during an obstacle. And the other yukti that I want to share was from Dadi Prakashmani. She spoke about 3 points just in 2 Avyakti Parivars before. She said, be instrument conscious, be humble, and be soft spoken and sweet. I feel the first one, the instrument conscious, is directly related to how clean our mind is. You cannot be an instrument for Baba if your mind is filled with impure thoughts. So I immediately started my day. Throughout the day, when I come across souls that I meet, whether it be work or within Brahmin family or anyone, you wanted to make sure that your mind is clear and that you're able to catch Baba's thoughts and use Baba's power to touch other souls. So I think we need to stop, correct, and change that thought every time we come in contact with other souls, so that Baba can use us as an instrument. If not, if we have our own thoughts, impure thoughts, then we are not able to catch Baba's. Baba said in the Murali last time that it's mixed. It's our thoughts and Baba's thoughts. So we don't know which one is which. So it's tough so if we have our clean, pure mind, the service gets easier and you're able to share the power that you have, whether it be peace or any treasures that Mohini Didi spoke about, to other souls easily. So I would say that one thing that has helped me in my experience is that pre-cleansing of the mind before you go to bed. It's like a surgery, right? When you do surgery, you do pre-surgery, you prepare for the surgery, and then only the surgery will be success. So like that, in order for us to get all the power from Baba in the morning, we need to do a pre-Amrit Vela cleansing and before that, so that our mind is clear from all the weaknesses to catch Baba's power in the morning. So that's my experience, sister.
That's really special, Yukti. I'm sure we will all implement it very soon and get quick results. Would you like to read tomorrow's homework?
Sure. Manmanabhav, purity of the mind. By having purity in your mind, you will constantly experience being an embodiment of peace and happiness, and enable others to experience the attainment of peace and happiness. So constantly check that no type of confusion becomes an obstacle to your attaining peace and happiness. Bab Dada's direction for the mind is Manmanabhav. Focus your mind on me and use it for world service. Om Shanti.
Manmanabhav, purity of the mind. By having purity in your mind, you will constantly experience being an embodiment of peace and happiness. And enable others to experience the attainment of peace and happiness. So constantly check that no type of confusion becomes an obstacle to your attaining peace and happiness. Bab Dada's direction for the mind is Manmanabhav. Focus your mind on me. Use it for world service.
मनमनाभव, मन की पवित्रता। मनसा में पवित्रता होने से सदा सुख स्वरूप, शांत स्वरूप की अनुभूति होंगी। और दूसरों को भी सुख, शांति की प्राप्ति का अनुभव कराएंगे। तो हर समय यह चेक करो कि किसी भी प्रकार की उलझन सुख और शांति की प्राप्ति में विघ्न रूप तो नहीं बनती है। मन के प्रति बाप दादा का डायरेक्शन है, मन मना भव। मन को मेरे में लगाओ, व विश्व सेवा में लगाओ। ओम शांति।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good night, everyone. Om Shanti.